All right, YouTube, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. It is game number 1 of the NBA Finals. It is time. I feel like we haven't talked basketball in so damn long, like a millennium, but we are back. So apologies if I'm a little bit rusty talking some hoops. We've been focusing on baseball, but like I said, game 1 of the NBA Finals. I am stoked because we haven't talked basketball in a while. It's the NBA Finals, and oh yeah, I happen to be a massive Celtics fan, so this is like triple dipping for me in terms of excitement. But in today's video, guys, for game number 1, I'm going to give you my lean on the spread. I'll give you my lean on the total. We'll talk about any other plays, like player props that we like within the game. I have 4 that I'm going to share with you today and that I'm kind of eyeing in on. And then we have a same game parlay at the end of the video. If that hits, I'm giving away $50 to someone in the comments. So stay tuned to the end of the video for details there. But all that being said, guys, keep an eye on the pinned comment. That is where all of my final plays, so I'm actually rolling with myself, all those plays will live. Like I said, everything we're talking about in the video, I'm considering, definitely has a chance to be a bet of mine. But what I actually roll with, if you want to fade me, if you want to ride with me, those plays will be listed in the pinned comment. Before we do get into this game, I actually figured it might be worth it kind of doing a to this point season recap. We've had the best NBA season of our life over here. Like, I tell you guys, I'm an average Joe sports bettor, just like you, that type of thing. We were up 81.4 units on the season this year. I don't know how, but you know what? You stumble into wins here and there, and that's what you end up rolling with. We were up 66.74 during the regular season, and we've amounted here nearly 15 units up on the playoffs, or during the playoffs here. So, guys, I don't know if we'll ever have an NBA season like this again. So I'm basking in it. I'm loving it. Definitely a really, really profitable. Last year, we were up 30 units. So we've almost tripled what we were up last season so far. So all that being said, this finals to me is gravy. We're still putting in the effort, still putting in the work and grinding out these picks, but I'm super, super proud of where the channel's gone and obviously where the picks have gone this season. So appreciate everyone that has tuned in along the way, whether you're new, whether you're an OG, all that stuff, guys. Make sure you're hitting the like button. That helps out a ton. Commenting on the videos, and if you are new, hit that subscribe button. But nonetheless, let's jump into this game. We have game number 1 right now. The Celtics minus 6.5 points at home. We have the total sitting at 214, and there's a lot going on here, right? Kristaps is coming back. Oh, he also used to play for the Mavericks. I don't think there's as much bad blood as another player playing against his former team there. Kyrie Irving playing against the Celtics. You have the young sort of superstars in the league, Tatum and Luka. Like, this is we're in for a treat, seriously. So I'm very, very excited for this. I will say, and there might be a little bias in my blood here because I am a Celtics fan, but 6.5 points to open this one up does not seem like it's all that much. These two teams have played plenty over the last few years here. The Celtics have won and covered in the last 4. They played twice this season. Back in January, the Celtics won 119-110, and then back in March, a couple weeks later, the Celtics won 138-110. So far, so good if you are a Celtics fan watching this. And I do think that, again, 6.5 points, I could see the Celtics winning this game by 7+. So lean number 1 right there, it's going to be 6.5 points. The real reason why I like it is, well, I don't think Dallas has played. Their defense has looked really good. They closed out the year. I get it. And honestly, credit to them. And I'll say it as a Celtics Kyrie, hater. I feel like that we have to do that in Boston here. He's stepped up. Luka's had some big, absolute clutch shots. They've made it to this point being underdogs in every series so far. So I do give them credit there, but I don't think that they've played a team like the Celtics yet. I don't think they faced a perimeter offense like the Celtics yet. And this Dallas defense has looked very good, but Clippers, OKC, Minnesota, a lot different when it comes to shooting threes and them preventing threes. The Mavs were just middle of the road when it comes to three-point prevention this year, whereas the Celtics were the top of the league in terms of scoring from 3. So I think it's going to be a massive difference maker. Can Kyrie and Luka keep up with the Celtics from 3 and from the perimeter? Sure. I just don't necessarily see them being able to stop them all that much overall. And I think that is kind of what's going to come down to the issue here. Dallas on the season wasn't a very good rebounding team. The Celtics, offensive rebounding, were actually one of the better teams. I think they can get a lot of second chance opportunities. So yeah, enough said there. I like the Celtics here minus the 6.5 points. But again, I'm telling you honestly, I don't need the guppies in the comments being like, you're just a biased Celtics fan. I'm telling you I'm biased. But I still do think there's enough data to back the fact that the Celtics have a little bit of an upper hand here. And who's to say that Mavs aren't like happy to be here? You know what I mean? Like they've been underdogs every single series. Do they still have that fire? I'm not using that as a rationale, but I'm saying that could be a conversation. When it comes to a total at 214.5, I understand the Dallas defense has looked very good, and honestly, the Celtics defense has had its hit or miss spots here. I think the Pacers really were the only team to start to make them look like there were some gaps there and everything like that. But overall, I still do think that the offenses are going to carry weight. I think the Celtics defense could be the reason why they win the NBA Finals here compared to the Mavs defense, but there's just too many scorers on both sides here for me to look at an under in game number 1 when they're still feeling each other out. We get to like game 3, game 4. As a Celtics fan, hopefully when the Celtics are up, 2-0 and 3-0, heading into game 4, that type of thing. Like, I think that obviously both teams are going to lock down and feel each other out. But to me, I still see this being like a Luka and Kyrie are going to say, let's go get as many buckets as possible. And Tatum and Brown are going to go say, hey, let's explode offensively, right? Rather than them coming into the series being like, our number 1 priority is stopping best player or second best player on their team, that type of thing. So, and that you'll see that kind of cascade through with our plays and same game parlay as well. So Celtics minus 6.5 as well as the over in this spot for game number 1. Now we do have some player props to talk about. I'm going to jump into that in just a second. But before we do, I have to shout out Sleeper, my favorite player prop app out there. If you are not signed up for Sleeper, you are literally missing out right now. You sign up now, you're going to get a Jason Tatum free square, 0.5 points, and a Kyrie Irving free square, 0.5 points. They're also going to match your first deposit. That link is in the pinned comment. It's also linked in the description. Do not miss out on this. If Sleeper's available in your state, go sign up. I've been using them for so long, and it literally is my favorite player prop app out there. Go check out Sleeper. I do not think you'll regret it if you decide to check it out. But let's go ahead and jump into the player props that we want to talk about here. We're going to toss it over to the outlier screen. I also have a link in the pinned comment for Outlier, guys. Going to be a couple links in the comment because we have in the pinned comment, because we got plenty of things to talk about here. First play is going to be Jason Tatum over 26.5 points. He's hit this in 4 straight games against the Mavs. In his last 5, you could see he's been kind of hovering right around the line, but averaging 29.2 here in his last 5 in the playoffs. I will say this is mostly, predicated on the fact that he's hit it in 4 straight here. He's been playing crazy minutes against them, and these are not playoff games. You know what I mean? So I think Jason Tatum, given the fact that he should play 40-plus minutes or so, if we look at this on the season, it still doesn't look as good as 4 straight, right? But if Jason Tatum goes out there and plays 40-plus... Giving me troubles here. Goes out there and plays 40-plus minutes. There we go. I was doing something wrong there. 40-plus minutes. He's hit it in nearly 60% of games this season. Last year, he hit it in 73% of games that he played that many minutes. If he's going to get the run and get the minutes, I do like this spot for him overall. And again, I'm kind of banking it on the fact that we've seen him go for 30-plus in 3 of the last 4 and in both games this season. Next one, we're actually going to turn. I have 3 Celtics player props and 1 Mavs player prop. Next, we're turning to PJ Washington, over 18.5 PRA. He's hit this in 7 of his last 10 games. Even when he doesn't hit it, he's coming very close, right? And what I like about him is the fact that he's getting nearly 13 rebound chances per game. Some games, he's tossing up a couple of assists, right? But overall, he's playing 40-plus minutes as well. He's shooting the ball 13-plus times, and he had 24 PRA with no assists against the Celtics back in March here. And when he plays 40-plus minutes as well, he's already hit this line, by the way, without any filters in 59% of games this year. When he plays 40-plus minutes, it just gets better and better. Like, look at this, 75% of games this season. So if he's going to get the run, I also like PJ Washington over 18.5 points. This one, I really like as well because I think people are going to be sleeping on it. Al Horford over 13.5 PRA. So against the Mavs, he's done it in 4 straight, right? On the season, he's done it in 72% of games. Last 10, 8 of his last 10, 5 straight. But Kristaps Porzingis is coming back. Okay, I understand that. Kristaps, we don't know how many minutes he's going to play, right? And even if Kristaps Porzingis is in the lineup, let's look at the last 4 games that Al Horford played in this season with Kristaps. 17, 17, 16, 17. These are games that Kristaps Porzingis played with him. Even on the season with Kristaps, he's hit the over in 66% of games. And let's not forget that Al Horford, out of anybody in this finals, probably wants this championship more than anyone. So Al Horford over 13.5 PRA is also a player prop that we're looking at. And again, guys, we're throwing a lot at you. Keep an eye on the pinned comment for the simpler version. Drew Holiday over 4.5 assists is a kind of a sleeper pick that I'm looking at here. I'm wondering where this line goes overall, so I'm not placing this just yet. But you could see he's hit this in 2 of his last 5. On the season, he hit it in 52% of games. He's been getting a decent run in terms of minutes lately, right? 36 plus. So if we go 37 minutes on the season, it's going to look okay. But overall, still, I'm waiting on sort of what this line and where the odds come out to be. Right now, minus 122 on DK. Don't love it, but I do still love the fact that he added this in 2 straight games, in both games here as a Celtic against the Mavs, in what could be a fast-paced game. So I think Drew Holiday is going to be very involved, but you could probably tell by my voice, it's not like my main player prop in this spot, right? But guys, let's jump into the same game parlay. All you have to do is comment finals to be entered. Make sure you're subscribed and liking the video as well, but comment finals, and if this same game parlay hits, I'll be giving away $50. We have hit 4 of these during the playoffs, actually just during the last couple weeks, right? So honestly, in the conference finals, we've hit 4 of these, so we've given away $200 so far, literally in the last 2 weeks. So definitely a strong chance of these hitting in. This one may be kind of a chalked one and sort of a square pick one, but I'm all for it. I'm loving this spot here, but comment finals, like the video, and subscribe to enter this same game parlay. In terms of where we're throwing this in, you already know it. MGM, guys, the best same game parlay odds throughout the playoffs here. I've been praising them for, again, the Western Conference Finals and now into the finals, because I went and put the same game parlay in over on FD and over on DK, and MGM blows their odds out of the water. They're also throwing a bunch of promos to users' ways here. So, guys, click the link in the pinned comment. Sign up for MGM. I'm telling you, sign up for MGM. You're going to get a great first-time depositor deal. If your first bet loses, which if you want to ride with this one and it loses, you'll get it paid back up to $1,500 in bonus bets. Go check out MGM, guys. I swear to God, these same game parlay odds blow my mind each time. But let's jump into it right here. Like I said, it's kind of square. We're riding with the stars. Tatum to score 25 plus, Luka to score 25 plus, Kyrie to score 20 plus, and then Jalen to score 20 plus. Again, 25 for both Luka and Tatum, and then 20 plus for Kyrie and Jalen. You could see FanDuel, they're the closest at plus 203. MGM at plus 230. Actually, let's see if we can get I'll log in real quick here so you guys don't see my password. And let's see if we can get a promo for this as well. That'd be awesome if we can get a promo on top of this, like a little % boost. But let's see. We're checking this out in real time. We're now logged in. Looks like we don't have a promo. We are recording this the day in advance, so we might have one tomorrow. But either way, plus 230 over on MGM, plus 203 on FanDuel. So we're already beating it by 30 cents. DraftKings, same exact parlay, plus 172. So this plus 230, you can't beat. Go ahead and check out MGM, guys. Again, that link is in the pinned comment. And this is what we have for game 1 of the NBA Finals. I'm very, very excited. But yeah, catch you guys in the next one, all right? Peace out.